Hi, everyone. This is Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless no contact. If you found this reading, there's probably some messages meant to be heard today. So I'm going to call in my spirit guides and see what energy the person that you're thinking of wants you to know. Okay, so we'll ask for any evidence. I do have some charms and some initials, maybe to help you to confirm the message. If you are new to my channel, this is a fully channeled message from our spirit guides. So let's call those in and let's see what they have for you and your person during this time of no contact or very low communication. What is it that Spirit wants us to know? Spirit, please share with me any guided messages of love. What is headed our way? What is the energy around this connection? What does our person want us to know that they're feeling and thinking at this time? I am listening for you now. I'm in search of a wife. Okay, so that could be a little bit of a, not necessarily they're in search of a wife, but maybe they are running from the commitment. Like all you want to be is a wife. You don't want me. You want the status. You want the marriage. You don't want necessarily me. So maybe they're feeling that the commitment is becoming more important than them, something along those lines. But maybe you haven't even ever said anything to them about a commitment. So maybe they're just blowing smoke. Be courageous. Okay, be strong. These are difficult days. I know that. If you found this reading, you're probably having difficult days. I'm scared. Okay, that could be you. That could be them. I'm scared of this connection. I'm scared of falling for you. I'm scared of being vulnerable. Classic. I ran because I'm scared. I ran because I'm afraid. There's something about you. So there was and is something still very special about you. And they did fall in love with you. And I don't feel like the love hasn't, it was almost a feeling of the love hasn't gone away. We're just in a bad place. The love hasn't gone away, is how I want to say it. So I'm still in love with you. I still have those feelings for you, but we're definitely in a bad place. Spirit, please share with me. I'm unaware of my feelings. They might have said that. I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know what I want. And maybe I need some time to think about it. Maybe that's why we're in a no contact. I'm curious about you. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know who you're with. I want to know if you're talking to anybody. I want to know who you're seeing. So no contact in the not knowing sometimes is what drives people crazy. It's the not knowing. It's the thinking about you being with somebody else. It's the thinking about that you could meet somebody else and fall for somebody else. And they miss that day-to-day interaction. I feel like so much has changed, or I'm missing out on so many things in your life. Be gentle with me. A little bit of a give me time, which I don't know if I want. Maybe you've offered to give them time. Maybe they've had all the time in the world. Can I have just 2 more of these, please, Spirit? Let's go have coffee. Okay, that sounds encouraging. Can we talk? Coffee, drinks, that's kind of, like a door opens in this kind of the possibilities, the possibility of reunion. It was almost the sense of, let's start there. And it was like the little door just opened, so, hey, you got to start somewhere. If they want to meet you for a drink, they want to come over for a cup of coffee, they want to meet you somewhere for a cup of coffee, anything, any communication. This is the one. I guess that's what we probably have been having a conversation over, where do we go from here? What's next? I'm not ready for a commitment. I love you, but I'm not, that's kind of the energy I'm getting. I love you, but I told you from the beginning, I wasn't ever interested in a commitment. So if this isn't good enough, then this isn't good enough. But you have to know what you want. If this isn't good enough for you, then you have to know that there's probably somebody else out there that will be wanting to commit. Made of money. Do you want to be with me just for money? Do you want to be married to me just for the security of it? Like I said in the beginning, do you want to marry me because you're in love with me, or do you want to be married to me because you want the security? And they may be saying, I'm not doing that. I'm aware of your feelings for me. So they do know your feelings. Obviously you're in love with them and you don't, it's almost like an ultimatum, if I don't marry you, then this is over. And they're kind of testing you. If you really loved me, it wouldn't matter. But it depends on your background. It depends on your education, your religion, your values, your morals, your status in life, like what's important to you. Some people do not want to be just a girlfriend or a boyfriend for the rest of their life. It's just not good enough. They want to have what other people have. They want to have a commitment. They want to know that the person that they're with is somebody that wants to commit to them. Now, if that's not important to you, then that's not the issue. But if that's the what's going on in this connection is, what you don't want to be with me unless I'm willing to put a ring on your finger, like that's kind of the feeling I'm getting. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with that, it's like at some point it's a respect issue. I've been with you for years. We've been, living together for years, like where are we going with this? So sometimes it's a respect issue. I deserve more. I would like to think that you want to be my spouse. It's that kind of a feeling. I just would like to know that, So I feel like it's around commitment. Let's see what the cards say. I have strength. I have a Queen of Pentacles. I have a Five of Wands. And I have a Three of Pentacles. I do feel like this person respects you. I do. I feel like this person sees you as valuable. Okay. You could be very good at what you do. They could see you as a very hard worker. They could see that you are doing the best you can, with the resources that you have coming in, something like that. You couldn't work any harder than you are. But I do feel like there's always this battle. It could be a battle around money. Maybe we struggle with somebody makes more than the other, or somebody is guarding their money or blowing their money, and the other one's picking up the tab for the, the bills. And the other one's, blowing money. So we could have a struggle just over money, but there's definitely some kind of struggle around finances on either side. So I'm going to say that could be influencing this connection, the finances. I keep getting disappointed. That felt like I keep letting you come back and you keep disappointing me. So you could have gone through this cycle already. And at what point are you going to come back and stay? And that, I feel like that's the big question mark. I want you to come back, but will you stay? And that feels like, at what point, maybe that's why the commitment is on somebody's mind, is one way or another. It's like, I don't have anything. We don't have anything secure. You don't have anything secure emotionally. if somebody's coming and going, if somebody is on again, off again, they keep disappointing you for some reason. So that is, it's when, okay, yeah, I take you back. We have a cup of coffee. We talk, we make up. We're okay for a while. And then we go through this whole cycle again. I have a Fool. There's a kind of second chance starting over energy. I have a Six of Wands. A little bit of a capturing you energy. This person has captured your heart. You probably keep giving this person opportunity after opportunity. I have a Nine of Swords, and maybe it's a fear of losing them forever. So I don't want to say you're bowing down to them, but you forgive them. You let them back because you want it to get better and you want it to be better. But there's something about this person that they keep pushing it. They keep pushing the making it work away. I guess maybe when it's working, they sabotage it. Maybe when it's working, what's the bottom of my deck? I have a Seven of Swords. So do they hold things back? Have they lied to you? Have they cheated on you? Do they want their freedom? Queen of Wands. This is coming into me as they say and do all the right things. There could be really, really high chemistry here. You could be twin flames. This is the only person you want to be intimate with. Like nobody else compares to this person. And can you forgive? There's a sense of, can you forgive the lies? Can you forgive what's happened in the past? And maybe you said you did, but you could have resentments and you hold on to them and maybe you throw them in their face when you get mad. A lot of us do that. But right now I feel like I'm struggling with, I always allow this person to come back. And maybe you're questioning yourself, that why do I do that to myself? Spirit, can I have some initials? First initials, last initials. What is it that you have for us? I have the letter L. I have an R. I have an F. I have an L. I have an M. An A. K. L. M. W. The Q. I have a V. I have an A. I have an X, T, U, I, and two more, please, Spirit, P and K. Okay, so those might connect to some of you as just maybe a confirmation of what we're talking about. Spirit, please share with me. Oh, I got jumpers. I'm going to go with this. I got caught red-handed. Secrets exposed. Okay. And, where do you go from there? It's a feeling of can I forgive you? Can I let this go? The whole, it didn't mean anything. I was foolish. I was stupid. I have a soul contract with you. I know we're partners. I know we're in a spiritual union. Oftentimes when we have these soul contracts and I'm going to say we have a runner and a sabotage person, that they're self-sabotaging this connection. Either they have fear of intimacy, fear of letting go, fear of putting all their eggs in one basket. But this soul contract keeps the bond. This soul contract keeps this going. It's like, we can't let go. I can't let go of you. And even when it's bad, can we love somebody when we're mad at somebody? Yes. Even when somebody has hurt us and other people look at us and go, you're crazy. You're out of your mind. What are you doing? I'm looking at pictures of you. I'm checking out your social media. I know that you've been out with your friends. I saw the pictures online. I have a lot of regrets. I desire you. I have sexual thoughts about you. I'm going to say I miss you for sure. I think that this person is, the Spirit's saying they're trying to find, like, where did I go wrong? And I feel like it's right in front of them, but they're trying to find something deeper. You know, maybe they're trying to figure themselves out. Like, why do I push the best thing that's ever happened to me away? Like, I feel like they're more, why do I keep sabotaging good relationships or hurting a good person? I feel like they're trying to dig a little bit deeper into, like, why am I where, why am I here? You know, like, how did I get here in this space of the person that I love and care about? We're not even talking, you know, so how did I get here? Self-love, loving you, taking back control, and finally being happy. They have to love themselves in order to love you. And that could be a big part of this, that you see them being insecure. You see them as they hurt themselves somehow emotionally. It's like, why are you doing this to yourself? Why can't you just be happy? You know, be happy with what we have. Conflict resolution, making a compromise, making amends, finding a compromise, not pushing each other away. I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of the cycles. I'm sick and tired of the round and round. And that's why Spirit's saying, you know, I can take you back, but will you stay? And I think that that's, you know, what we're both asking each other. This person is trying to figure out, like, why do I push this away? And you're trying to say to yourself, well, what's in it for me in the long run if we're not going to have a commitment or nothing's going to change? So this cycle continues and I'm sick of it. I don't blame you. No contact. I've blocked you. I'm giving you the silent treatment and I've cut off all communication. Spirit just said, I know that hurts, but I also feel like it's the right thing to do. So if you're the one who pushed this person away for now because you're like, I'm sick and tired of this, I feel like that was actually good for you, because I feel like it's a way for you to gain back your control, to have a little bit of distance between, I'm so in love with this person that no matter what they say or do, I'm convinced that I'm still supposed to be with this person. And that might be true, but you need the space to see it clearly so you can make that decision. Red flags, you've got to see the red flags. If they're coming back and they've deceived you, what's to say they're not going to deceive you again? Or they've deceived you many times and nothing has ever changed. You know, here's the determined. I'm determined to hold on. I'm determined to, you can see it's like a commitment. I'm determined to see this through. So if they come back and they're saying, no, you're right, I haven't been fair to you, and you do deserve to know where you stand in a relationship. You do need to trust me, something like that. Spirit, can I have some feelings, please? I'm sorry that I wasn't able to give you the love that you desired. It feels a little bit of a tug of war energy, that somebody kind of throws in your face and says, I'm sorry I wasn't good enough. And you're like, I'm not saying you're not good enough. I'm just saying that we need to communicate more. We need to spend more time together. Or I need to know that you're not with anybody else, because I'm having a hard time believing and trusting. So it's almost a feeling of defensiveness that somebody says, you know, if this isn't good enough, then find somebody else, you know, like, you're not bowing down to me. And I think that when that starts to happen, you start to lose your worth. You're not bowing to anybody. You're not chasing anybody. You're an equal. I've been feeling in the dark without you in my life. So that came into me as it's hitting them hard. It's starting to really hit them that you aren't communicating with them right now. They miss you. I want to see you happy and dancing and loving yourself fully. Like, I miss that side of you. And I'm sorry that I've put you in a place where I know that you can't be happy right now because I'm not happy. I admire you for being so bold and brave in your life. So they do respect you. I mean, there is a respect there with that. I admire you for standing up for yourself, even though maybe I didn't admit it when we were going through this. I've been hiding the love that I have for you. I've been holding back. I've been pushing this away. I feel like for some of you, you really do know that. You really do know that this person is just ultimately just afraid to be in a relationship, to call it a relationship, to claim that it's a commitment, just never been there, doesn't do it. Can't we just keep it the way it is? I realize there's that strong bond between us. So at what point do they start to say that no matter how hard I try to push you away, I keep coming back to you? Let's get some charms. Let's see what the charms are saying. Maybe we'll get some additional clues with the charms today. So let's grab this guy. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And I do have some numbers, so maybe the numbers will connect you. They could be birth dates, months, something like that. So I'll give these numbers a little shake. We'll do that. And let me get a scoop. Charms and see what the charms are telling me also. Okay, so I have the number 5 weeks, May. I have a 7, I have an 8, 15, and 26. So I have maybe July, August. I have the number 15, the number 26. So those could be connecting to some of you. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see what I'm feeling. Okay, so the first thing that's coming into me is kind of this king and queen energy. And I'm going to go back to that feeling of I wasn't treating you as my equal. I mean, I was either telling you it's like my way or the highway. I was trying to steer this connection for what works for me and not taking into consideration what works for you. That could be going on. So I guess I got to look at it as, we are equals and we are a good match. I mean, if we're a king and queen, I would say that, they still identify you as we're still a good match. So they haven't let that go. I have a paper clip and I'm going to say I feel like I'm just barely holding things together. So they could be struggling. Sometimes when we're so upset emotionally that there's like this undercurrent that starts to affect all the other areas of our life. We're not sleeping, we're not eating, we aren't doing a good job at work because we're not focusing. We have disconnected from friends and family because we want to be isolated and alone. So I feel like I'm kind of just holding my life together. And again, a form of self-sabotage that I've done this to myself. And I'm like, why? Why do I keep doing this? So I guess they're looking for answers within themselves. I'm going to say that. I have a Santa sled. And maybe around the holidays, maybe this has been going on for 6 months. Maybe we started having problems around the holidays. some of you. I have a house. I'm going to say I drive by the house. I feel like either work or the house, or I don't think they stop and they're peeking in your windows, but I will say that if it's somewhere that they can drive by to see if your car's there or to see if there's other people's cars there, I would say they may be doing something like that. So they just are curious as to what's maybe getting a glimpse of you, or without you seeing them coming and going. Of course, you'd recognize their car, but I feel like they're late night drive-bys. I do. I feel like they're wondering what's going on. I have a book, but it came into me as you want me to be an open book, but I can't share everything. And maybe you aren't feeling like they're being honest with you and they're not sharing, and there's too many things going on in their life that you don't know about. And you're asking them, I need to be more connected to you, like an open book. And they're like, I'm not going to tell you everything that's going on in my life, or that's none of your business. It is if we're sleeping together and sharing a life together and we're in a relationship. There's a lot in your life that I should know. So it depends on what they're hiding. It depends on what they think is private. I have a couch. I feel like I'm sleeping on somebody's couch. I just felt like, where have you been? Maybe they're sleeping on their mother's couch. Maybe they had a crash at their brother's house or a friend's house. Maybe they're not in a real space. Maybe you guys were living together and they just walked out with the clothes on their back and said, I'm going to go stay at my mother's house. So I feel like I'm literally sleeping on the couch somewhere. I have a saxophone. I'm going to say playing the blues. This person is woe is me. I'm playing the blues. Okay, so they could be telling everybody that they're unhappy, their life is shit, excuse my language, but it is a feeling of I'm playing the blues. I have a hammer and I have a scissor, and I feel like, again, this person cut themselves down. They knocked themselves out with that hammer. You can take a lot of things apart with a hammer and a pair of scissors. I mean, you could really take a whole piece of furniture apart. I mean, you can take a lot of things apart with just those two tools. And I feel like that's how I feel. Like they took this apart. They destroyed this somehow. So are they wondering, how do I fix it? I mean, a hammer can also fix things. But I feel like I cut it into a lot of little pieces. And I'm going to put this heart with it because I feel like I cut your heart into a lot of different pieces. And I feel like I've done it more than once. So that's what I want you to look at. How many times has this person hurt you? And what did they say? I can take you back, but will you stay? Is the question. But will you stay? I have a purse, and I think that's Spirit's way of telling you financially somebody's going to be okay. I feel like just the pocketbook, the purse, the bag is just Spirit's way of saying financially you're going to be okay. No matter what, you're okay. Like you don't have to have this person in your life just so that you're financially okay. So I feel like they're telling you that you'll be okay. I have a sun and almost like this new beginning energy with that. So no matter what, with or without this person, you're going to be okay. And then I have a Ferris wheel. And again, it's that we are going in circles. We are going around and around each other. And it's frustrating and I'm tired of it. So what is going to change? So there are my clues. Spirit's saying this is your turn and your time for you to decide what's best for you, because No contact is an opportunity for you to have enough space to think clearly. And that's what they want you to know. So let's see. Let's get some final loving messages. Spirit, please share with me some loving messages, please. We're at the point of no return. You do get to a point where I'm either coming back now or it's over forever because I haven't heard from you in so long. I never meant to hurt you and now you're gone. Okay, but they could have thought about the consequences of their actions. Now I'm left with just a memory. All I do is think about you. I do feel like they're in a dark place. I think that they're surprised that they're hurting as much as they are. Tears are falling like the rain. I don't know if they're physically crying as much as their heart aches. I would say that. I feel like their heart actually hurts. You know, whether they're physically crying or not, I don't know about that, but I would say they're walking around with a chest pain and wondering, what is this pain in my chest? And it's literally a heartache. I know you better than you know yourself. And it's true. The two of you could really know each other. You could really know what the other's thinking and feeling, and you can tell what they're going through right now. I can't get you off my mind. You're nothing but trouble. Okay, every time I take you back, something happens. Why are you putting me through this pain? Why have you cut me off? Why have you blocked me? Why aren't you talking to me? I'm done with broken promises. That could be you saying, if I take you back, what's the guarantee that you're going to stay this time? What's going to change? My angel, you forgot your wings tonight. Are they calling you Angel? Is Angel a nickname? Prove to me your love is true. Are they pushing you away? Did you push them away to prove that we're supposed to be together? Is there an ultimatum that's been put on the table that if you really loved me, you wouldn't be pressuring me into a commitment? You just want to be with me and keep things the way it is? Spirit just said there needs to be more of an understanding between the two of us. Your love is hot. Call me, give me all you've got. So, of course, physically, they would love to be with you, but there's more at stake than that. My heart's at stake. Romance often fades. Why should I take the blame? Maybe somebody's saying, we don't do anything anymore. We have no romantic energy. We don't do anything romantic. You're not affectionate to me anymore. You know, and they're taking all the blame. They're like, well, it works both ways. One more, please, Spirit. To try to change your mind would be a waste of time. So is this person holding space for themselves because they think that you're not going to give in any way and there's not a middle ground? Like nothing they do is good enough, or you're never going to forgive me anyways. You say you love me, but there's strings attached. There's an ultimatum. I just want to be close to you. And I would do it all over again. And please talk to me. We can work it out. So is there somebody out there that says, I want to get that cup of coffee. I want to connect to you. We need to talk. Give me an opportunity to explain myself. Are they ready to admit their feelings, their insecurities? Are they pushing the best thing that's ever happened to them away and they're realizing it? I'm going to put this out into the universe and time will tell. Time will give you the answers. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you are new to this channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Please comment below, share your stories. Safe zone here. Nothing you can't say to us. If you would like to book a private reading with me, check out my website, KathyMamelin.psychicmedium.com. Also, check out my main channel or my pick a card channel for additional love readings, and I'll put the links in the description. I hope you enjoyed your messages today, and I know your person is on your mind and you are on theirs. So we will ask Spirit to guide you both. I'll see you soon, and I hope you enjoyed your reading. Bye-bye.